Mi esperanza, mis temores, mi alegría, y aunque hacían tonterías, escríbeme, escríbeme. Tu silencio me acongoja, me lo preocupa y predispone. Y aunque hacían con borrones, escríbeme, escríbeme. Me hacen más falta tus cartas que la misma vida mía. Lo mejor por sería si algún día me olvidaras. Cuando llegan a mis manos, su lectura me conmueve. Y aunque hacían malas nuevas, escríbeme, escríbeme. Me hacen más falta tus cartas que la misma vida mía. Lo mejor por y sería si algún día me olvidara.
Hola, we're back on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show.com. Sorry, getting our people in La Casa, man. Hope you guys can hear us out there, man. Can you hear me out there, La Jolla or Gigi? Can you hear me?
Can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you guys, man. I don't know if I can hear La Jolla. Can you say something out there, La Jolla, to the people out there?
Uh-oh, I can't hear her.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. New Mexico Radio Talk Show. We got our very own, the beautiful manager, merchandise manager of Ramon Lucio in La Casa. Elizabeth Santillan is in La Casa, man. We also got Ana Martinez. We got our very own. He's a big follower of ours, man. We got a big follower that shows up all the time. We got Mr. David Vela in La Casa, movie star in La
Hi,
Casa.
Mr. David Vela.
And we got a lot of talent tonight, man. We got a lot of talent every week, man. We're back on the grind, man. Push. I know we've been off a little track, man, the last couple of Tuesdays, man, when Gigi's been on, man. We did a music show when Gigi was on with who do we have on the show a couple weeks ago? We had Cheyenne Signs with us, man, and
Oh, that was so cool. Yeah, that was a good show.
that show hit over 1,000 views, man.
Yeah.
So can y'all hear us out there? Can you hear La Jolla?
Can you hear me? No?
There we go.
Yeah, I hear. Is it me echoing? No. Yes. I hear an echo. Does anybody else hear an echo?
Let me see. Hold on.
Here, echo. Testing.
I hear an echo somewhere. Somebody got an echo? La Jolla, you got your echo button on?
I hear it. I don't have any other device on. So.
Hey, man, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties over here, but we'll get it together, man. La Jolla's busy.
I love technical difficulties. That's my middle name.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we got a talented guest tonight, man. And if I'm not mistaken, man, this lady has been around at least 30 plus, maybe, or so. At least 30, all right.
Echo. You hearing the echo?
Echo. I have my echo cancellation on.
There we go. Better. Because I don't hear an echo now. I don't hear the echo.
Echo. No more echo. Wait. Echo. Hello.
Echo.
Hello.
Hello out there.
Yeah. Technical savvies, man. I think it's been a while since La Jolla been on the New Mexico Radio Talk Show because normally she doesn't have this mic. She's got her own mic. At all the events, just we go, she goes and does
Oh, I
one.
know. La Jolla's all over the place, man.
That's why she's called
Awesome.
Vámonos con La Jolla, because she goes to you guys, man. So she doesn't do this sit down stuff no more. No, she does it every once in a while, man.
Fancy.
Um,
Pinkies up, La Jolla.
but it's good to have her back on board, man. Good to have everybody back on board, man. Working together, man. Happy everybody out, man. And but like I said, man, we got a very talented guest. I believe 30 plus years in the business. We got the beautiful, talented Tejano Roze coming in. Very hot, man. Very hot. What's going on, Tejano Roze?
Uh-oh.
Now she's having difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
No, hombre.
Rose, where are you? No. Either that or she's got a heck of a tan.
What kind of tan?
TR. Well, we see the TR. Well, while we're waiting for Tejano Roze to get on, I'm going to tell my story of how I got to know Tejano Roze. It's a very special story. I think she had met my dad somewhere. They had run into each other, and they ended up, connecting. And when my dad went to get a heart procedure done in Houston, I was out there with him, and it was just me and my dad because my brother had already passed, my mom had already passed, and my sister had two little boys, and so it was just me and my dad out there. And lo and behold, this wonderful, wonderful woman shows up. Oh, she said she can't hear us.
All right, let me take myself off the camera real quick. Let me do that. So do your thing.
So let me continue. So while I was over there, all of a sudden, Tejano Roze gets a hold of me, and I don't remember the specifics because it was, as you can imagine, a very stressful time. But she ends up going to the hospital room where me and my dad were, and she takes us these unbelievably delicious brownies. OMG. They were just the best brownies I've ever tasted in my whole life. And she was there a while with us, and she went to visit with me and my dad, and I believe she went the next 2 or 3 days. I mean,
Wow.
that woman is in my heart, man. When somebody does that for your family, for your loved one, I mean, that's
So
I love her.
did she already know your dad?
Huh?
Did she already know your dad and then you just met her there?
I think they had met somewhere before. Maybe they had met at a. I'll let her tell the story. I don't really know how they met actually, but they were communicating, and so when I posted that my dad was at the hospital there in Houston, she showed up. She showed up with brownies. Oh, she showed up. Yeah, so that was awesome.
Emergency. Hold on. Now you're by yourself.
I'm by myself. That's fine. So anyway, well, let me talk a little bit about La Jolla. La Jolla, she's been out there. She's been with Vámonos with La Jolla, and she's been doing her podcast on location. I had the privilege and the blessing to be at one of those events that she went to, the Jesse Torres All-Star Film Awards that was held there at Desperados in San Antonio. And this lady did awesome. And of course, Mel Abrego's there with her, and Laura Sanchez, I believe, was there out there with her. And these ladies were just awesome. And they were just, man, getting interviews from everybody. And she was just awesome. So you're doing so awesome, La Jolla. That is great. I mean, I have yet to venture out of my house with my podcast. Once or twice, it's technical difficulties like times 1,000.
Well, I'm listening to both. You know what I mean? I'm over here trying to do the technical difficulties, work with people. That's why I got hosts to kind of help out with the show, and that's what it's all about, man. Helping each other out, man.
That's what co-hosts are for. Yep.
And I think we got our guest, man. This lady has been around. Like I said again, I'm gonna say this for the 3rd time. I might say it for the 5th time tonight or 10th time tonight. But this lady's been around for at least 30 plus years. The band's been around. She's been around the block, man, a couple of times, and got a couple of words, and she's going to about to show us on the show también. We got the beautiful Tejano Roze got her to come back on. Hopefully it's not a black screen. Tejano Roze,
Here-
can you hear us up there?
Yay! There she is.
Okay, but I'm gonna say something.
There you are.
I heard Gigi a while ago. Hi, Gigi.
Hi, Tejano Rose. I was just
Hi.
telling him. I was just telling him about the story that what you did for my family and my dad when you showed up at
Oh,
the
when I saw him in the
hospital.
hospital, I love your
That
dad. He's been a friend of mine for a long time.
I love you and I love you for doing that, and I will never. It'll be in my heart forever that
Oh,
you did that. That was very special to me, and
thank
of course to my dad and to our family that you did that. That was very special. So as an introduction to this awesome woman, she bakes like she got notes from heaven or something. I don't know because those brownies were super sweet. And I mean, apart
I
from the talent, yeah, whatever was in there was good. And aparte, so good baker. She does. If y'all follow her on Facebook, if you don't follow her, she's just an amazing woman. She's just a jack of all trades. Makes her furniture. I mean, oh my goodness. Okay, well, I'll stop talking. Dale gas.
appreciate it. Ni te estoy pagando.
You'll get the bill in the mail.
I was just trying to get this adjusted. I'm sorry. I'm in
It's
my
okay.
office today. So there we go.
The office a la máquina. I mean, I think everybody's in their office today. I'm in my office. Oh, la máquina.
I'm in my
Manéjenlo.
studio.
Ay, yeah, yeah. No, just having a good time with you guys, man.
Those are different kinds of
Um,
aliens over there, you know?
no, yeah, aliens, right? Aliens, man. So Tejano Roze. So who got you started into the music business? How did you want to become a Tejana singer, or how did you want to get started?
Well, when I was a little girl, my parents take me every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Al Fronterizo in Lubbock, Texas. It's a dance hall. And I grew up there at like 6, 7 years old. My parents would, because they always took me and my sister. And I grew up in those dance halls. And my dad was a promoter, so he would bring bands to some of these places. And so I grew up on that, and I was just I was danced and everything. I always wanted to be one of them. And then I started performing when I was 13 years old. When people were out there like at football games and proms and stuff, I was over there performing at a little club with my parents, in a smoke-filled room, and missing prom and missing all kinds of stuff because I'm over here
Those
doing.
are the best gigs.
Yeah, and then back then we didn't have internet, we didn't have none of that. And
Wow,
at the time we used to do the El Gran Baile, those big old posters you go put in the grocery stores and all that.
exactly.
Así comenzamos. And the first band that I used to jam with was called, oh goodness, Texas. Oh, it was Texas Posse or something like that from Lubbock. Eh,
Wow.
yeah. And so, anyways, I started up with them, and then it was a different bands that I would go play with, and then I comenzó todo eso, and
Wow.
Arriba Texas se llamaba Arriba Texas. That's the name of the band, Arriba Texas. Texas Posse was a different band, but así comenzó is Arriba Texas. Texas Posse was the name of my first band afterwards, and then when I moved to Dallas, that's when I mostly started my own stuff. I hooked up with a good friend of mine, my compadre, que se llama Tommy Perez, and he's actually a pioneer in Tejano music, especially in Dallas, Texas. So I got on with him, and I started performing. He had his own band, and he named his band different bands, Grupo Secretos, different kinds of,
Right.
Grupo Paro and stuff like that. So I pretty much started with him, and gigged a lot all over DFW with him, and that's how I pretty much got my start. And then I got my own band going, and one thing leads to another, moving from one place to another. But I performed them in Hobbs, New Mexico, all around Lubbock, Texas, of course, all around Texas, and a little bit out of state. So, but the farthest New Mexico I got was Hobbs, New Mexico. That was pretty fun, and it was. I went to school in Hobbs my senior year, so.
Wow.
I'm from West Texas. Yeah, I'm from Middle West, and that's what I was telling. I get Henry. I did. I was close to Roswell. I was 103 miles right there on 380. So that's where my dad lives, and I go visit my dad every so often. But I go out to West Texas, Plains, Texas, actually, and
A
that's
la máquina, Plains, Texas.
Yeah.
Man,
County, out there by Lovington and
I pass by that city or that I pass by that every time I go to San Antonio now, man. I don't know if you. I've always traveled, the opposite route going through Orla, Texas, but now I like the new route going through all that Plains, Texas, and Brownsville, and shoot on up to San Antonio. I think it shaves off about 30-40 minutes. I mean, if I'm driving, no, just kidding.
well, as long as
I'm trying.
along the way, we have an all slips out there, so I grew up in those all slips burritos. But yeah, you go through Denver City, all through the back of Seagraves, all down all through the back just to get to Big Spring, and then vámonos, straight shot.
Exactly. Look right here. We got a few comments in the house. One of our very own co-hosts in the house, man. We got hello, beautiful and talented ladies and amigo hen dog. Hi, amiga Gigi. Hi, amiga La Jolla. Awesome guest. Hello, Tejano Roze. Thank you for sharing your beautiful story, man. Everybody in the house tonight. We got a lot of comments in the house. We got a lot of people checking in from all over. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen. We got Felipe Gomez. We got Zulema Sapin in the house. We also got Jennifer Lynn from Silo Sul. We got Stephanie Ochoa in the house. We also got Impossible. The Impossible is always in the house, one of our very own as well. We also got Maria Linda in the house. We got David Vela. Got a lot of stars in the house. We got Elizabeth Santillan. Got a lot of people. You got a lot of followers out there, Tejano Roze.
Mucho gusto. Hey, that's to know that I'm actually still remembered.
And look, we got a comment right here down the bottom at the bottom of the screen here. Maria Linda says, West Texas, woohoo, my university, UTPB in Odessa, Texas.
Yep. West Texas.
La Jolla, you're muted. You're muted.
Oil field trash.
Let me see. There you go.
Oil field trash.
The aliens are over there messing with their host over there. The aliens. The illegals.
Which ones? The one from the one from Mars?
The one from
Which aliens are you talking? I'm abducted by aliens. I don't know which ones.
I'm from West Texas, but I'm from the Plainview, Lubbock area.
Oh, my daughter, my daughter works out there. Well, my niece works out in Plainview, but both of my daughters, Lubbock, Texas.
Yeah, that's where I was raised in Lockney.
Lockney,
to have babies.
Hospital
for the Mexicanos to have cheap babies over there.
You want to know what Fronterizo is? I grew up in Fronterizo, Fiesta, Carlos Disco.
Nice.
Yeah,
we're taking music back to the West Texas over there in Plainview, Texas. They opened this 30,000 square feet salon over there. So
Pizza Palladium?
Huh?
Is that Pizza?
No, it's not Pizza Palladium. It's called Sunset Point. It's outside of Plainview going towards Health Center.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, they got 3 salones over there, but they got the big one. We got a big grand opening event festival starting on June the 7th over there with them over there.
I gotta go check that out. I'll be in summer. So I need to definitely check it out. I didn't know rocking like that.
Yeah, once that goes on, it's gonna open the doors for everybody around there in West Texas to be out there going and performing.
Yeah, they need to get the Palominos out there so they're from different places.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how they kick it off in their hometown. Nice. That would help.
So where do you live right now?
I live in Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, home of the Astros.
From West Texas to Houston, from West Texas to San Antonio.
I know, yeah. I lived in Corpus. I lived in Dallas for like 25 years, so I kind of moved around a lot.
A la máquina.
I moved to Houston. So I live over here by now. So yeah.
Nice.
So it's pretty cool, and I'm 20 minutes from Galveston, so pretty nice. I live in the suburbs. I don't want to get shot in Houston, so I live by the suburbs. Really nice. It's really nice over here. It's hot, really hot, especially in the summertime. When you go outside, it looks like somebody put a plastic bag over your face. Go outside, try to breathe. That's how humid it is. So, but you get adjusted. I've been here going years, about 9 years.
Oh wow!
About 8 or 9 years. So
wow.
I had moved. So I got married and moved over here. So
So you got a lot of good inspirations as artists. You know, when you're growing up, or who's one
I,
of your biggest ones?
I love Laura Gonzalez, Elsa Garcia, Shelly Lares. Those are my top three. Those are my top three ladies. Laura, we did a show with her back in 2004, I think, right before she passed. My old band, I used to we used to work with. I used to help promote them, and I used to help managing them. And our band did a backup for her in Arlington, Texas. And so we had the good faith of having her stay. So I finally got to meet her just at one time, and she was my and it was right before all this happened to her. She got sick. And then of course Elsa Garcia. I mean, a lot of music I do with Laura. A lot of people say I do her justice because I perform a lot of her music. She's one of my biggest inspirations. The other big inspiration I have is Shelly Lares, which I have had
Exactly.
the honor of working with her. And this song, Escríbeme, she produced it. It was all her. So it was awesome working with her in her studio. She's so easy to work with, down to earth. Her and her wife, Mia. So we've been friends for a while, but it's going out to Shell Shock. It's been an honor working with her. Awesome, and like to work with people who pretty much can, take what I'm thinking. When you click with somebody, you understand them, and they pretty much feel your vibe. Time I went to the studio, I had my vibe. What else could I do? She did an awesome job. A little bit to get the song going, but I have the music like on the horns. That's like what you heard of Mike Torres. That's them on the horns.
I think yes.
Yeah, that's them on the horns. And then of course, you heard some of the musicians that she had, and one of my friends, Michael Garcia, guitar. And then my new, but this song came out on December the 15th last year, so it's still on the charts, and I'm glad the charts is doing a lot more than I thought it was gonna. So I guess a lot of people like the old school on the segundo on my track. Here it's actually Ricky from Press. That's him on backing up on the vocals. So,
Rose, Rose. I'm sorry, you're telling a great story, but you're sounding a little choppy, and you're looking a little blurry, and you didn't look like that before. Can you?
what do you need me to do?
I don't know. You were looking fine when
Are
we
you
started.
on your internet? You got Wi-Fi, or you're on your mobile data?
I'm in my mobile, but I have really good internet. I have very excellent internet. I got Xfinity. I got Xfinity at the top of the line. Can you hear me better? I show full bars. Everything shows full. Let me see. Maybe if I need to move around.
I know, because when you started, you were real clear, and now you're kind of blurry.
Because now we're all clear. We're all three clear. Then she's the only one that's choppy.
There you go. Well, can we see you clear now?
There you go.
Okay, I guess. Okay. So I just turned the thing over. I can always move. I just want to make sure. You hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah.
That's
Now,
a lot better. A
okay.
lot better. You're not choppy. You're not blurry.
The video is good. The voice is a little bit.
Boys, can you hear me better now?
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you're okay. I'm still. Anybody else hearing that echo? I'm sorry, but I mean, we can go on.
I hear your echo, but it's you on your.
No, I don't have an echo over here.
Do you have it on? Do you have your thing on the device?
Unless my chihuahua's on his phone.
A la máquina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear no echo. I just see the blurry in the
Already.
on her end.
All right, no. All right, no, but I just wanted to hear your story because it's so good and wasn't it puppy?
Talking to I mean, okay, you did. My host unmuted me. You muted me, right? Unmuted me.
I'm trying to. I don't hear. I'm just trying to try a few things. Go ahead.
Okay, you can hear me, okay, or what do I need to do?
Do you hear over there, La Jolla?
I
GT?
hear. I hear.
Yeah, but she got blurry again. La Jolla, did she get blurry to you again?
Yeah, she got blurry again.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want to see. You don't want to see the show. Ay, como si tan tienes.
Is that is that better or no? I don't know. Is that better?
No.
Okay, let me move around my house, okay?
What happened? Because you were fine ahorita, and I don't know what changed.
Nothing. I was right here. Is this okay? Can you still see better?
Let's see.
They say clean the lens.
Oh yeah. Bit shine, bit shine.
Is that better?
They say they hear an echo, but I don't hear an echo. I mean,
I don't hear an echo when I'm on her side. Pero,
Uh-oh.
can you still see me or no?
Yeah, but you're still blurry.
I'm
I mean,
so
but
sorry.
You're still blurry.
well, no, I want everybody to see you and hear you because you have great stories.
I cleaned it. I cleaned my. Let me clean my house. Let me see if you can hear me over here.
Ahora agarra un huevo y bárrelo.
I'm gonna walk into. I'm gonna.
Oh, you mean right there? You're good. Oh,
Okay.
babe.
In my dining room. Okay, so let me sit down.
Yeah, we're getting a tour of your house.
I know, right? Is that better? Is that better?
I don't see anymore. La Jolla,
Can you see me better here?
A little bit. Now you went blurry again.
Am I blurry right here?
you might have to relog back in, probably.
Oh,
La Jolla, what are you eating? It looks good.
Right?
Hot tamales.
did you need me to leave and join back in, or what do you need me to do?
Yeah, probably try to log back in and come back in.
Yeah, let's try that.
Because you weren't clear when you first got on.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, La Jolla, you know sharing is caring. You know we'd like some hot tamales over here.
Yeah, I know, right? Ooh, thank you.
So
You-
there's this. There's
The Wawa's coming down.
there's this store called Half Discount. You know how sometimes the box get torn or whatever, and the stores can't sell it or reopen it, and so you can go in there and I bought a whole case of these for $5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
You don't lie.
Yes. Yes.
Very well.
Hey, the aliens.
The alien. Yeah, KC. City.
No. It's like, are you in Area 51?
He's in Area 51, bro.
Conjunto firme.
No, we got a lot of people in the house, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tejano Roze. I don't know if you got to hear the first part of the show, but this is Tejano Roze. She's been in the business at least 30 plus years, ladies and gentlemen. We got Elsa Herrera in La Casa, one of my artists. We also got La Reina, one of my artists in the house también. We got Danny Farias from the Texas Pura Vida Words in La Casa. We also got I'm going down the going down the list here. Big shout out to everybody in La Casa, man. Bienvenidos a todos. Man, you're telling some amazing stories, man. You've been around the block or two, Tejano Roze.
I've been around, like I said, it's been 30 years that I've been doing this almost casi ya estoy vieja.
Wow.
But la cosa is, what was really hard for me, not only is because nowadays everybody, it's internet. It's internet. But a lot of us, we were doing it like, Gigi would understand también. A lot of us were doing it, era el tiempo que no tenía el gran baile, the things we had to put on the stores and flyers and stuff.
Word of mouth.
And and hoping people will show up and get that call to make a dance or whatever. And so I grew up in that era, trying to go, trying to make it, and that's pretty cool. But nowadays, everybody got the internet, Facebook, got the social media. Anybody can just turn around, do all crazy posters, do all stuff, and record their own stuff at home. And all stuff is sensational. But you gotta have the ones like I was talking about, a lot of the good bands out there that I grew up listening. One of my biggest ones, Joe Posada, Sombra, you know, Mafia back in the when they came out, you know, with
Juan Guerrero.
Ni
Yeah.
Loca Pasión, all the Grupo Más, you know, with Joe Loco. I mean, a lot of the Trevino. Oh my God.
Juan Guerrero.
Juan Guerrero, I grew up with the Es tu pelo rojo.
No,
Oh my God.
no.
Yes, I grew up with my sister was crazy about Los Chicanos. That's all you could hear in her. And she used to have these jeans. And one side of her jeans it said Chicano, and it said Power, Chicano Power. Now she graduated in 1976. So I grew up, I'm 10 years younger than my sister. So I graduated in 86. And so I grew up in all that. I grew up listening to that Big Blue, you know, a lot of stuff that I grew up listening to. Carlos Guzman, remember him? When he dressed up in white, him and Ramos, and back then it was called the Mexican Revolution. And yeah, I just listen to all those great people, and I just love it. But yeah, even Los Tigres del Norte, I used to go when I was a little girl. You know, once a year before they were to be big, you know. So I got all the chances when I was young. So yeah, Los Chicanos, Latinos que Pulidos Band, Los Latinos with a K, man, I just love them. And you know, they around the that, and that's what was instilled inside of me. He would listen to that, and at the time, I was growing up as you know, the kid. I used to work in La Salon, you know, I go the fields, you know, I go work in the cotton fields, and so we would always have the little radios, and we have them in our pockets, and the little thing. Now, and that's what I was telling you. And Tortilla Factor is one of but my because I grew up listening to the Chicanos, my sister was favorite. So that's all we listened to. A bunch of stuff with Chicano, other different stuff. So that was one of my favorites. Told you, Tu pelo rojo. I still
Yeah,
remember.
I don't know because La Joya asked me, I don't know when you and my dad met, but you already had a relationship going. You already knew each other by the time you went to
Yes,
the Houston hospital.
yes, yeah. We met. I met Ginger. I met your dad when back in 2012, 2013. When I met him at the when my back then my ex husband was getting inducted to the Hall of Fame, to Tejano Roze Hall of Fame, and I met him, but I met him before there because he was friends with some other people que ni me recuerde ahorita. So muchas mentiras, pero because everything's coming to me so fast, and I go, estoy vieja, I gotta remember this. Pero yeah, but I met him, and then I've seen him a few times at some of the events that we go to. He was actually there when I won my South Texas Conjunto Award back in 2014. He was there. Him and Ginger were there, and him and that's when me and Mark. I remember Marky Lee from hometown. He passed away también. But me and Marky Lee, I got a female vocalist. He got a vocalist that year. So
Wow.
that was in Mercedes. We went to Mercedes, and then I saw him again in Allen, Texas. I saw your dad and different because at the time I was married to my ex, he was my bass player, and and so we traveled. We did like every other weekend. So we went to Sandia, we went to Alice, to different kinds of little towns, and stuff. So I would run
Como
into.
dicen, bien quemada.
Estoy encantada, te digo, con el puro kilito.
Hola más, unos saludos para Agnes Torres. Says, saludos, just passing by. You go to Tejano
I
Roze.
love Agnes Torres. I love Agnes.
She's awesome. Yes.
With I love her. I actually still perform her music. And Prisionera. I love that song.
Oh, I know. And man, talk about and her version of El Ladrón.
I know. I mean, so, like I said, some of these great, you know, like Agnes is one of them because all these females back in the day, no habían, you know, yeah, everybody grew up with Selena. Well, I was growing up, I was a lot older than Selena, right? So, but you know, I understand that, you know, she was good and everything, but a lot of this stuff happening, a lot of this where I old little Joe in the Latin years, you know, Osuna, I grew up in that era. I mean, and even
Wow.
listening back with my dad, like, to those Cadetes Linares or Invasores, you know, like I said, it was a mixture of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Pero yeah, definitely one of them, especially in the 90s. I just love her music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, pero yes, it's the girl. We can sit down Dad would talk. We could sit down and talk about all kinds of stuff, and it was so fun. It's amazing that a lot of the same people. You know what I mean? I just wish that I would have met him a lot earlier in life, so I could have had more time being his friend. You know what I mean? And because
Exactly.
admiro mucho a él por todo lo que él hecho, y admiro mucho de a lot of his peers that talking to, Chacha Jimenez, one of my I met before, and Chacha Jimenez, he was a soul to reckon with. He was a great guy. So,
Oh
I,
yeah.
in my so many music, not, I got to I wanted to meet the people behind it, the ones who paved the road. Yeah, right now we have a lot of the artists get so famous, like there's Elida, there's Shelly, Stephanie, all that, you know, a mí me gusta mejor, they're good. Don't get me wrong, lo tengo mucho respeto a ellos, and because they had a print.
Exactly.
I go back to my roots con Latin Breed,
Yeah.
all this stuff from back in the day.
Yeah.
Esto que las canales tiene con Snowball y su Express, con, again, I recorded this song was with Chavela, was with Run Express. That's the song that I got that I recorded Escriban. That was my song, and so that's the kind of stuff that I grew up in my shows, especially Junto Tejano en Conjunto. So especially in my Junto Tejano shows, you're gonna hear a lot of music that I realized that I changed it over. So I have a new song coming out pretty soon. My next will be out in 2 months. But it's gonna be really good. Wait till you hear it. It's gonna be for the dance floor, and I'm hoping this is gonna be a good hit. But the first one that I wanted to do was Escríbeme, and the first song I ever done, the first hit called the one that I gave a lot of canales. How te digo, I had so many of them already out, but this is like it's been over 10 years, so I can't even think right now. I got everything going in my head. I got so many things I want to say, but a todos modos, you can look up at Tejano.
That's okay. Whatever you don't say here, you can say on my show when you come on Giras y Desveladas.
Definitely. So tell me, Hen Dog, what's going on here? I tanto Tejano in New Mexico?
You know what, man? Tejano here, man, it's crazy, man. I don't know what happened, man, because I wasn't born. Well, I was born in the 90s, but I was only born in 95. Pero, just Tejano just took a drastic disaster all of a sudden here in New Mexico, man. I mean, but you get like La Maquinaria, you get like like La Senda, you get like Los Tigres del Norte, Los Huracanes, Los Cadenetes de Linares, stuff like that out here. Man, I guarantee you could pack an event center, or even me. If I was to hire anybody like that, I guarantee I can have that place packed. But you bring, Agustin Ramirez, you bring like a Ruben Ramos, you bring like a Jay Perez, in the early 90s, Eli Darena. I mean, you have to really work your tail off to get the event back, because you got to go out to your sources. You got to go. So I'd have to go all the way to Plainview. I'd have to go to Lubbock. I'd have to go to Midland. I'd have to go do all my promotions over there to get people from that area to come down to Roswell or to New Mexico, and it's just sad, man. But you go up 3-4 hours, but to Albuquerque, and you get mucho de Tejano out there in that area.
I've in Lordsburg before.
Right, they do a lot of Tejano events in Lordsburg too with Robert Gonzalez. But in Hobbs, New Mexico, they got a club called Club La Sierra, and they bring Tejano and Norteño there. So. And then they have an outdoor park that they do Tejano events out there. I know they've had Michael Salgado out there, and it gets packed.
Yeah, I know they play music in house because my promoter has did music out there. I go, I hope so, but I haven't had any. I haven't been out there. Well, I didn't even know Hobbs had a Tejano club. But and I used to go to school in Hobbs.
It's just sad, man. It's just sad. To me, because it's our cultura.
Hobbs and gambled over there.
Yeah, well, when I was in school in Hobbs, like I said, I graduated in '86, so there was no casinos or nothing like that. I just, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, again.
Hopefully, we're able to bring Tejano back this way, And I just think, I mean, me personally, of course, when you're a promoter like that, and a booking promoter booking your own event, you got to have the money, and then you got to have the sponsorships, right, to throw your own event, and you got to make sure that you're going to continue this event, and it's tough,
You gotta make a name.
um
You have to prove yourself to them.
Watch my
Yeah.
face. We start with 1,000, and then I make my list, and then I'm like over there going to get sponsors. Seriously, that's all I have. And then next time you know, I it's getting paid, and I'm like, wow, thank you, Lord.
well,
He did
well,
it for
well, the
me.
thing is, La Jolla, when you make your list like that, and it's like it's tough, right? Because you can only work with so much money, right? And then when you get your sponsors, hopefully it covers what you ditched out. That way it doesn't come out of your full pocket. And
Yeah,
I mean,
you'd
it's
be
tough,
surprised.
man.
Isn't you know what? It's not any better for musicians. I mean, like like I've been doing fanfare for like since 2002. Since 2002, doing fanfare.
Wow.
I had it at Sunset Station before they moved it to Mercado. That's how long I've been doing it. Uh, I guess downtown San Antonio. I didn't go last year. And I'm not going to do it again this year. It's just like it's too much because they have their band pay like Everett, all those big bands that come out. They can pay them, but these people make a lot of money on the backs of a lot of the channel bands. Want to go there and get exposure. And but after 20 years, sweetheart, I've been exposed enough. And then
Yeah.
you have to fight for you. You have to fight for keep your spot to have good time spots. Well, this is a winner. I go, this I've been doing it for 20 years. I can't sit there and argue in order to get a good spot on a good time. And yeah, and then on top of that, we have to pay up to our that's they're not cheap, especially the Californians that I have. So going out there spending money to get in a hotel, getting spending money I live in Houston, so I got another 3 hours. And on top of that, I drive down there prior just to do practice to make sure I have my show down set right.
Exactly.
And then I had then two practices right there, back and forth, gas is that, and then wear and tear of your car, and then just to go a 45-minute show for free, and then they'll cut you off when the sound sounds like crap, and then they'll cut you off. Okay, that's enough, whatever. Tanto, I've been there for 20 years, and one thing I told my husband is San Antonio when I used to live in Corpus, and now that I live here, San Antonio, going to San Antonio has been my most stressful drive anywhere. I guess I'm traumatized. Many years it takes because the reason is going to San Antonio, we have to prep and not to get to work and try to be there on time, just to be on stage on time to do the sound check, whatever. Trying to go through traffic just to get there on time. And so that's been nothing but stress for me and my old band. And then, so now every time I go to San Antonio, my husband's like, okay, you need to go, let me drive because how much this stresses you out, especially if you want to go and record, go to, everything happens on the road. And San Antonio is like a 4-hour drive to me. It can be 6 hours or it can be 2 hours. It depends on the traffic. And then when you have people waiting on you, it's hard. And then they expect, because I bake, they expect to bring something. I got to bring it fresh. I got to bake the night before or early. I go, yeah, you gotta keep doing that. So like,
No, I mean it gets tough, man. It gets tough, even like for me because I'm roughly about 7.5, 8 hours away to San Antonio, and it's a little bit rough, man. For the ones that live there, like La Jolla lived in San Antonio, and Gigi lives, a couple hours, 3 hours away from San Antonio,
yeah,
4 or 5 hours también from San Antonio. And I'm not just saying just because you live in San Antonio, you can make every award show, every fiesta, every show, every because there's a lot of shows going on around San Antonio a lot, man. There's a lot of and then it's Tejano capital of the world, so every bar, every club has something going on, even if it's just a DJ playing Tejano or Norteño or
right,
cumbias, whatever they're playing, right?
right.
And then some of these bars and clubs, got bands performing Thursday through Sunday, and I mean, you may want to go. You go to the south side of San Antonio. There may be a band playing that you want to go see really bad. Then you buy a ticket, and then you go far west over there, far west of San Antonio, and you're like, ah, la máquina, I want to go see that band. Well, you already bought your ticket.
Yeah,
It sucks.
yeah. Pero like, I live in San Antonio. I lived there for a year, and it was just, I was trying to get my feet wet over there. They had a lot of things going. It's crazy because back then they had, you know, you said the Tejano Journal online. That's not Antonio. Pero la cosa es, you know, throughout the years, the bar was my favorite. That's why, and my picture in front of the Cadillac bar. So Shelly and her photographer asked, "What you want to do?" I said, "You know what?" I go, "I get Cadillac bar." I go, "But that's where I because so many Cadillac bars." And so you're blur. I'm blurry. Sorry, I'm blurry. Am I blurry?
You're blurry back again. Yes, you are.
Okay.
The aliens are out there running around.
I don't know what to tell you. Am I blurry? Henry, am I blurry to you?
Yeah, you're blurry. You're blurry on the Facebook Live too. I'm looking at the live over here to the left over here.
Back, okay.
I'm looking at.
Let me leave. Come back.
Let's see if she could come back on. We got a lot of people in the house. Prayer works. Yeah, you got that right. Danny, you got that right, brother. There she is. She's back.
There you go.
Te digo que es los aliens.
Todos aliens?
For real.
Mexico.
Pero la cosa, first hit, that was a song que ahora que made famous back in the 70s.
Exactly.
I did really good with that, very well. I still prefer, but that's probably a lot of the hits that people I do remember. But I kind of go for a while. I got married. I did a family life here. Everything else. So about like almost 2 years away from the state. But now I'm slowly coming back, especially now and I'm releasing another one coming up. So getting my feet wet, getting back to San Antonio. But I think that I'm going through a little bit of stuff right now. So I don't think I didn't sign up for fan.
Rose, look, Rose, you just make your special brownies and you go out and sell them. You're gonna have extra money. Te juro, te juro.
Home. So then when I'm working, I have my cake pops mostly, and of
exactly.
course stuff. But they're home baked. I don't the special. I used to when I lived in Dallas. I worked at a wedding cake shop, so I do the wedding cake. What sells the most are the home style cake stuff. And,
la máquina. You got any samples? Because I'm over here. You're making me hungry over here, man.
I always do, and I always post them like this, especially game. They just invite me over.
Una que se llama La Reina dice hello from Lubbock, Texas.
Pero
no, yeah, Lubbock, Texas in la casa, man. So is there any collaborations you'd like to do with anybody out there, Tejano Roze? I know there's a lot of great talent.
One collaboration that I'm bringing live. I did that with La Fiesta singer, Angel Cantu. We have a song called Te Quiero a Ti. It's cumbia, and it came out 20, but I didn't really do it, so I'm doing a remake of it. But Ilya collaboration, I would love. One of the biggest collaborations I would like to do. I don't know if you've heard of this guy. His name, he's from Dallas, Texas. His name is Ray Reyna and Aftershock. And you got to hear this guy. I mean, Jay Pedestal. That's how good this man is. If you never heard of Ray Reyna, you need to look him up. It's Rey Aftershock. He had his he's got an amazing, and he's got this one song, Love and Remember from back. You got to look him up. Right? Dallas, Texas, and I don't know why he didn't really as far as I hope. Like in San Antonio, he performs mostly in DFW. But one guy that I would like to work with, I would like to work with people and with Ben and that great. Love to work with him. He's great. But those are some of the people that I would do a collaboration with. Not of anybody else, but like that. One I really want to work with.
Because there's a lot of talented artists, right? Tejano Roze. There's a lot. I mean,
there's a lot of talent.
Bastante.
Like I want to be the next big thing. All these other females you know what, Tejano music, there is so much room. We have so much room to grow. You know, it's everybody come on board. It was more Tejano back in the 90s. And it's back to early, but like I say, Tejano is not just a genre, Tejano is a culture.
Yeah.
And culture never die. Cultures die. But you can't say Tejano is dead. No, no, Tejano's not dead. Culture never for that.
No, we're here. We're here to
They-
stay.
Well, the thing is, it's only dead if you only quit playing it, and that's what I try to
Long as
see. Like everybody's like, "Oh, Tejano's dead." I'm like, I hear Tejano every day.
yeah, forming it's not dead. You know what I mean? So it's the way I
I
look at
mean, I wish it was a lot more here in Roswell, because I think if there was a lot more Tejano music here, I think we'd get a lot more. Not just tour
following.
attraction, because we got a tour attraction for the aliens, right? We got an alien museum, and tells you all the like how they were
Well, you
discovered here and how they
Tejano
died.
aliens, let's have them dress up.
Can you imagine
The Combo Festival.
a Tejano Henry? A Tejano Henry? Alien Tejano Henry.
you have a lot of the new Mexicans out there, because the old Mexicans, you know. So that's pero I tell you one thing, I'm right now is getting a lot in Mexico and Monterrey and in San Potosí, because
Exactly.
I get messages from them all the time. We listen to music on your Tejano Rose. A ver,
Yes.
me invitan. I'm like, yep. As soon as I worry about getting I've asked to go out to Leon before and also to Monterrey. At the time they wanted me to drive, I'm not going to. Tengo mucho miedo. I'm really scared. Well, I've never really been to Mexico before. I got a passport, so no, but now
Exactly.
you don't get a visa. So then, I'm a sixth generation Texan. A ver si me dejan allá, a ver si no me tiran para atrás. They'll deport me back to the US. All the deportation going
You're not American.
on.
Tejano Rose, I have to ask you a question it's a burning question since the very first time I knew of your existence.
Dígame.
Here it goes. Where did you come up with the name Tejano Rose?
It was given to me.
What?
It was given to me by Tejano DJs from Texas, because I used to go. Miss Mary Vasquez, right? So I used to go do karaoke in Brothers Club in Arlington, Texas. And at the time, Freddie Gomez, and they had these two DJs. One of them did radio. I don't know which. I think it was KNON or something. But anyways, we'd always do karaoke out there. Tejano Roki is what they call it, on Thursday night. And for like hours, casi every Thursday, somebody break. And there were people competing. Pero me dijeron, how was this show? I mean, la Shelly Light, because I was dressed up and everything. And a lot of people told me, you look like her. I'm like, okay. Anyways, I would go perform and I would win a lot of the contest. And so they started calling, había la Rosa Tejana. Había la Rosa Tejana. Y ahí comenzó, we had Tejano Rose. Ya me dieron ese nombre.
Wow, what a great story.
And so that happened. That started, I think, in '96 when I got. And so they would call me La Rosa Tejana. And then I used to be, at the time, I was a big buff for Los Tejos. I was in love with their music. And I still am. I love my. And so they used to have a big old with a Z, and it had the circle around it, and it had Desperados with a big old Z. And I was such a big fan of Desperados, I changed the S to a Z on my name. So, and I got people copying me now, but at least I have a story behind it. This is how I got. This is how I incorporated the big Z. And people go, "Why you always put the big Z in?" I go, "Because it's from Desperados." I would love. I've seen it with, but I would love to work with. They are so great. A lot of music reminds me of Juan Los Cachorros, the older music. And then, so Juan Villarreal, that was for the 70s, the 60s, early 70s. That's where it reminds me of theirs. Not this new Carlos Toros, not them. This is the Juan Villa.
Yeah,
The your dad was.
the original ones, yes.
Yeah, and those heck out of me.
When I first saw that name, I was like, "Oh, I was gonna get that name." because I love the movie The Rose with Bette Midler.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
hello, my dad was a pioneer of Tejano music. It's like, well, I'm Tejano Rose. Then I saw Tejano Rose. I was like, I'll do it with a Z, so it'll be different. Tejano Rose. I was like, no, hombre. Tejano.
Yeah,
I guess I'll just be Gigi.
yeah. No, I love it. But I came back in the 90s. I got that from the DJs from there from Dallas. Every time I were like, oh, mira la Rosa Tejana. Got Tejanos, and I go, kept it. And then I started going online. They have a handle, so I started putting different rows. And I started, Erica called me TR or Rose. Yeah,
That's an awesome story.
I like a lot of people, like two of my band members back in the day, they didn't know my real name. They're like, my husband, what's on Mary? What's on Mary? He goes, who the hell's Mary? Well, Rose. Oh, okay, Rose. I just put Rose in my name, but yeah. Everybody just know me as Rose. Like, okay, ahora ya me cambié el nombre a Rose. Nick, is Nick Villarreal. I did a tour with him for 2 months. He used to call me Rosie, échale un grito, Rosie. But he was one guy I worked with in
La máquina.
was Sneaky Nick. I loved him. He was so fun. So I did 2 months. That was pretty fun. So I tell you, I've been everywhere, honey. Estoy vieja, but I've been everywhere.
You're not that vieja. Stop saying that.
Look at this. Bobby Castaneda says hello from California. He says hello, everyone. Tejano Rose and Gigi should collaborate.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah, hey, come on.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
Dale. Anda, ve, dile a tu esposa.
Ay, ay, ay.
Tú te vas a ir con...
There it is.
Que lo has dado 1000 veces y lo tienes. What's up?
Woo! It's a hit already.
Dude, it's really fun. When I met my, he's like, took me to go see Gary Hawks one time, and I go, they were doing a contest. I go, I can win those. I won here in South Texas. I beat men on grito contest. So they were doing a grito contest, and then my husband was like, at the time, and we were on a date, and that's back. I stood up, I won that grito contest. I won a fucking beer and some other stuff. But
Really?
they were me because I could see me do a lot of gritos on my. I love doing gritos. You know what I mean? People don't anymore. Because all this new music and back then, back in the 90s and 80s, you would have a song, beat it down, you know what I mean? That's what you. And I still
We need to bring that back. That is lo que falta.
yeah. And when I, especially at the
Right.
the older people, and they would tell me, they come up to me, Rosie, the first time I heard you, I want to thank you for the memory because I do shows. When I do my shows, first of all, I don't like to be in front and dressing up, dressing up like, showing pecho, showing pierna. I'm cool for that. I go out there doing my hat, wearing my jeans, my Ariat shirt or whatever, and I'm there. I like to showcase my, I también sing, like proper también sing. So it's not like I like to showcase my band, but I want music that I listening to and just incorporate it and bring it on stage and everybody. It makes you want to dance,
Exactly.
And so that's what I do, and that's why I don't sit there and like I do a grito contest sometimes. I go out there and to the veterans and I give them. I'm doing a song for them. It's a different dynamic. Trying to my people involved. I like to get my audience involved, and get them engaged with me, and let them know, hey, if you have patience, my guys know a lot of good, and I say just write it behind $100 bill. Really fast. Now, out there and I do dedication, but it's all about back then. It's all about life and don't talk to people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you get talking, I don't shut up. But it's about being on stage. It takes more than just singing. It takes more than looking pretty. It takes more than dressing up. This got nothing to do with it. I was 300 pounds when I started to do a lot of Tejano. Lost a lot of weight, of course, but at the time, I was really Dallas. I weighed 300 pounds, and I'm performing on stage and doing a lot of stuff, a lot of these festivals. So a lot of my friends that go up and down on weight, and right now I'm the skinniest. I just lost another 60 pounds, so I'm working.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So still is never promised. I just do it for me. I do it for myself. I said having talent has anything to do with the way you look. Unfortunately, live in times that pero money can buy you. What I mean, you have the most sexy body, you have money. It might buy you auto tune, but it might buy you. You know what I mean? So it really depends on who you are, the person you are. So people are going to be attracted. Going to be attracted
Exactly.
to your confidence, your music, and your personality. That's what really sells. And now I let what people think of me, because I earned my right to be myself.
Yeah.
That's who I'm going to be. I'm not going to sit there and, well, Mary, have you tried this way, or have you tried this in town? I go, no, have you tried that too? Especially another guy telling me, well, sir, have you tried putting plugs in your hair? So I don't.
A la máquina.
Yeah, I've been told that before. That's why I
Wow.
dropped it, because I've been told really get more if you lose weight, if you drop it. And all these it was hard on me. It was hard on me. So I finally said, I want to give me just a band, the same guy I have, and if I don't, this is going to be up to the talent, and
Exactly. Of course.
yeah, it's your personality, engaging with the crowd, and also I want to out there that just because it doesn't mean you're not a real person, because a lot of people they come, why are you so aggressive, or why are you so this? It's being necia, your mind, or it's being, because I'm a real person, man. People go out there and say you can talk this, you can't do that because you're an artist. And if I see something negative, I something good and everything, yeah, way to go, way to go. But if I put on something that I'm upset about, or it's politics right now is crazy. For my own, I try to lay off the politics.
Oh
Of
yeah.
course.
That is not healthy at all.
I watch a murder story before Pero calm down. I'll watch a crime show. Just calm down. No, pero the deal is, if I put in, people are talking this and this and that, or they're putting the about any other thing, right? And in my 2 cents, well, how can you say that you're this? Well, yeah, well, this guy's work, or the way I speak sometimes. Tengo peros en la lengua. And they're, oh my God, no, I'm so offended. I go, really? When was the last time you were on my media, telling me my song's not good, whatever, but it's something that's going to catch your eye, having little trolls. You know what I mean? And that's when the trolls come in, and that's when I know who to block everything. That's what I do. Just feed them. So I don't feed them. I get them out just to put them out of my. And then I know how to like it, doesn't get them. And then people who really are real people like me, whether we agree or not about this election, or this politics that came out, no matter if you're Democrat, or you're conservative, or you're Republican, it's it's not that the right people saying, well, because Trumpers or all these mag, it's not really. I respect everybody's what they want. I respect
Exactly.
it's the way they act. It's the way you people afterwards. I have one of my best friends, and because you're gonna go your way. And fine. And the beauty of this country is because we have the right to vote whatever you want to. It,
Exactly.
but it's the person, the what you do, decide how you treat, and being nasty, all the ugliness comes out, and that's what I hate. Any election, not just any election, all the and that's when you see who your real friends are. And I don't. I got I got a brother too, and they're maggot heads, and my niece are maggot heads, and I haven't talked to them since 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're maggot heads, and it's not because I don't love them. Yeah, I love them. They're on fire. I spit at them, but
A la máquina.
but they just got
A la máquina.
this whole thing that consumes their lives. I don't let politics consume. You know what I mean? My brother said to me, he's a Republican, but he doesn't get involved with me. He likes to mess with me, but when he knows I've had enough and he knows to stop, you know what I mean? But I have on my they're different, but we don't play politics on stage. We don't play politics and we don't play.
Exactly, because music is a unifier.
Yes,
Music, music is a unifier because al concierto van a ir los todos,
todos.
whatever
Oh, no.
political, whatever religion. If they like the music, they're gonna go, and music unifies us. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's in Luke going on with Frontera. Oh my God, because of all this. And I mean, they have the right to vote the way they vote. You know what I mean? Yeah, it may not have been pretty. I wouldn't have made it public. I think politics should be pretty much something private, especially if it's going to hurt people. Because
Well, that's why there's a little booth so nobody sees what you're doing.
a lot of people who this election, he's Trump that he wasn't. This is a new Trump. This is like 2.0 crazy Trump. So and I just say that go the 4 years, get it the hell over with, and just go survive. I hope we can survive. We don't even know what happen. Every day is gonna be.
We just have to play music and bring Tejano to the forefront, and be okay.
Now, if they had like Shelly Lattis, she told me her music. They were gonna do thing for Paris over there in Antonio, and they asked Shelly to write a song. Oh my God, that woman wrote the best song for Kamala Harris. And she also these boots were made for one also, and Trailblazer. Ella wrote that song for her. Rebecca Bell is a force to be reckoned with. That girl, right? She can sing.
Exactly.
Lady right now that I admire is Rebecca Valadez. I talked to her. I used to, I've always been a fan of her. So there's just a lot of people that have not attention that are out there who are really, really troubling. You know what I mean? She wrote that song called Trailblazer. Shelly Lattis recorded new recordings. If you have a chance to listen to it, it's awesome. It's a really good song. But I'm just glad Shelly también, she's been record. She's got new up.
Right, yeah, she's got a lot of great artists underneath her, and she's got you underneath her as well. So yeah, she's got a lot of talented artists, and I'm very proud of what she's doing in this cultura, in this industry, and everything else, man. We got a lot of people checking in real quick before we get to the next segment here. We got Agnes Torres still checking in with us. We got Cristina Garcia, we got La Reina, we got Johnny J. Martinez from Conta D, we got Susana La China Ochoa in la casa, we got Irma Savio We got Martin Ramos all the way from Michigan. We're going to take a short commercial break. We're going to play some Tejano Roze, man. Brand new single, brand new hit, Rolita, man. And let me see if you guys like it, man, because I like it. It goes a little bit of something like this. It's called Escríbeme, man. It goes something like this.
There you go.
Son tus cartas mi esperanza, mis temores mi alegría. Y aunque hacían
Oye más, Tejano Roze. Live on the NewMexicoRadioStation.com. Angel Martínez en la casa, en Grupo Límite en la casa.
silencio me acongoja,
Bienvenidos.
me preocupa y predispone. Y aunque hacían con borrones, escríbeme, me hacen más falta tus cartas que la misma
Oye
vida
más.
mía.
Escríbeme para todos ustedes. Tejano Roze en la casa.
Si algún día me olvidara,
Denver, Colorado.
cuando llegan a mis manos, su lectura me conmueve. Y aunque así
That's right, man. Glad to be back.
escríbeme, escríbeme.
What about Tejano Roze, man? Brand new single, brand new hit single. She's got a brand new single coming out, man, in the next month or so. We might have her back, man. Release that single on the
Me
NewMexicoRadioStation.com.
hacen más falta tus cartas,
Daniel Martínez en la casa.
vida mía. Lo mejor por y sería si algún día yo
Once again, man, be sure to request Tejano Roze on all the digital platforms, man. Be sure to request all her music, man. Purchase her music, purchase her merchandise as well.
lectura me conmueve. Y aunque así
37 years in the business. Tejano Roze in the house tonight on the NewMexicoRadioStation.com. Shout out to all our TikTok followers, TikTok viewers out there, ladies and gentlemen. Bienvenidos a todos. Twitch, YouTube. We're live on Roku TV. I really like this song right here, man. It's Escríbeme, man. But Tejano Roze, man. What an awesome track out there, man, by Tejano Roze, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I like that. That's a good song.
I
Yeah.
love it too. I
Is
love
that
it
you
too,
doing both voices or somebody?
No, I got got Rick with Brand Express.
Cool.
You know Rick, right?
Yeah, Rick Fuentes.
Fuentes?
Yeah.
He used to be the accordion player for Rubén Ramos, El Gato Negro.
Yeah, and then he's got Brand Express, and he did the backup vocals. It was me and him on the what do you call it, on the ¿cómo se dice? The chorus.
Esa cosa, eso.
Eso. Eso. Yeah, the chorus. There's Rick Fuentes, and the chorus, and then I got La 45 on the horns.
That's a good production. It sounds really good.
I like it. I want old school feel. You know what I mean?
It's old school feel, all right. Yeah.
I like it. Así me gusta because they don't have that much anymore. It's very rare that you have, you want to have a song que te da ánimo. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's a lot of
of course.
chords and conjunto and stuff, but a little mixture. I have a little bit of mixture of accordion. I add a little accordion to it just to give it a little bit more vibe, But I definitely wanted the horns on there, and they came out better. Instead of having the keyboards, I had horns and I had horns and accordion. That's it. No keyboards on there.
Yeah, it sounds good.
No, I like it. So you got any merchandise out there for your fans? And
I got
you
merchandise.
got the whole 9 yards, right?
Monday?
So you got the whole 9 yards.
Wee.
Dang, man.
I got some merchandise out there, some t-shirts and stuff, and I have Razorbacks. I got tank tops for women. I got some cool stuff. I got different kinds of t-shirts. I have to. I guess I need to put them back on my Facebook for a little bit to make sure that I don't do a lot of social media, which I should, which I'm starting to now that my music is coming out and now that I'm still recording. Get this other CD coming out. So that's what I want to do. But yeah, anything else other than that? Um, just
I still have my Tejano Rose T-shirt. I love it.
you still have your Tejano Rose T-shirt?
Yep.
Remember, I gave one to your dad también.
Yes.
That's good. And how's Ginger doing? How's your sisters doing?
My sister is doing fine.
I saw a video of you singing the other day too. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because Rick Garcia took out a song, and
Yeah. Are
I,
you
yeah.
you
No,
working with
the thing is, Tejano Rose, you're doing your thing out there, man. Coming all the way from Plainview, Texas, and I mean, the thing is, man, it's not easy to be a star, man. It's a lot of work,
I wish I was.
lot of dedication, man. It's just a lot of dedication, man. It's just like me on my podcast, Gigi on her podcast, and then La Jolla on her podcast. I mean, I know, they do their shows a little bit different than I do, and a little bit different time zones than I do, and stuff like that. And but the dedication is key and consistency is key, man. I'm on like 4 nights a week, and I mean the show still goes on, rather if I'm the main host on there or not. I got so many people that that help me out throughout the weeks and stuff like that, and I'm very thankful for the team that I do have, and I'm kind of thankful to like these musicians, that have their band members because we are pretty much musicians and a band member because we got our
Exactly.
full staff that help us out each and every week. And because
Exactly.
I know Gigi couldn't be on every single day. I know La Jolla couldn't be on every single day. And it just takes a team to work together, man. And it's just dedication, man. And not my podcast is better than this or better than that one. It's just, we love what we do. We love pushing the music, love pushing la cultura.
Yeah.
And I just love what I do. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of time, but I'm here to have fun with all of the artists and all the guests that we have on the show.
Yeah, it is a lot of dedication. It's a lot of devotion that you have to put in because a lot of the things, when it comes to musicians and Gigi También knows this, it's you have to be born. A lot of people are born with it. I mean, that's when a lot of people are born with it. A lot of people are graced with it that they want.
Exactly.
And they work on their craft, and there's a lot of people that didn't think they can do it, but they've done it. And I go shoot, but those are the ones that who really really want it. That were not born with like a sense of like musically inclined or something because I can't play I mean I can play instruments, pero I can't play guitar or anything. I can play piano and I can play. I grew up 13 years of saxophone. I played alto, tenor, and bari sax because I was a
Wow.
horn. Yeah,
Woohoo.
ask me to play a sax right now.
Hey, can you break out the sax first? No, just kidding.
Hombre, I can break out of some hot air. That's the only I can break out of some hot air.
Hey, Tejano Rose, can you sing us a little piece of a song? Can we hear your voice on the show?
Oh yeah, I mean, what do you
I
want to
know
hear?
we heard it a while ago with the
Yeah,
other
you
one.
heard it. You just heard
With that
it.
collaboration, we already heard her voice.
You already heard it. I don't know what you want me to sing. Just you name it. I'll sing something. I mean,
DJ Ramon says hello, Tejano Rose.
hello, hi, cómo estás? I mean, I thank you so much for you bringing this out for me. Como digo yo, I do TikTok, but I don't really record it on TikTok. I just go look for recipes and decorations for my house. I'm always decorating my house and doing Christmas.
But you're always that's why I mean, you're amazing, man. You're out there, you're doing your walking, you're doing your baking, and then you're doing furniture. I don't know what you're
Yeah,
making furniture, and then I mean, and then you go and cállate, hombre, you just do everything. That's amazing.
my husband to me said, "Como I don't see how you have the stamina. Where you get the energy to do it." I go because well, I'm gonna rest when I die. You know what I mean? It's just being creative. I was always creative. That's why I like to cook. I love to bake. I like to do woodwork, like furniture and paint. I like to decorate my home. Because this is my home. I don't. I work from home, and that's what my husband tells me. He goes, "I know you're domesticated." He goes, "But sometimes there's a world out there, Mary. That you
Need some vitamin D and some
Yeah,
sun.
exactly. I go, mira, I already turned my, my house into a haven where I want to look at because I'm always home. I don't want to get a disease. I never caught COVID, by the way. All this
Wow.
I had, never got COVID. My husband got it twice. I never got it.
Wow.
Um, I turned my backyard into, like a resort looking for me, just so I can. I have a bar back there. I have my music every room. I got a big old Alexa playing everywhere, and so this is my hotel pretty much. I make my home into a hotel. And so I make my backyard into my backyard, to my staycation.
Aw.
I twice a year I go to the Ozarks. That's where my
Okay,
best
note to Gigi hanging out with going to Houston.
Gigi, you're always welcome to come over.
Bueno, ya, ya no, no me digas dos veces porque me arranco ahorita.
Vente, vente. Anytime you come over, siempre aquí, aquí con mucho, pobre, pero casa ajena.
Exactly.
You're always welcome. You need both of
Hombre,
y'all.
or it's even your backyard sounds nice. I'll just hang out back there.
Yeah, my Christmas parties very first Saturday of December. I do my annual Christmas parties and just getting bigger every year. So
Oh man.
I had live music this year and everything. But yeah, we
You
do.
do them every year, or what, Tejano Roze? You do them every year?
Yeah, I do an annual Christmas party at my house for my my close friends, my family, and it's just getting bigger. I have some musicians that come over to my house and
Well, if you need a DJ and a podcaster, you know who to call.
what
Oh,
anytime.
yes, I'm there too. Ya me
Hey,
apunté.
Well, 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 DJ, if you're part of New Mexico Radio Talk Show, you get invited.
or you yeah, like I said, just I definitely you're always invited here at my house. Anytime you guys want to come over, just hit me up when you're in Houston. Right now, I'm in the Houston Rodeo, and right now we're doing the cook-offs. Starting Saturday, so starting Thursday actually, but I'll be going out there on Saturday. The cook-offs. If you guys never been to a cook-off, because when I used to live in Dallas, I've heard of them, but I've never been to one because Houston is the one who does them, and now we do them all over Houston. But they have these big old tents that they hire these bands. You got to buy wristbands. These wristbands will get you free barbecue, free beer for the whole night, free drinks, free everything.
Ah, máquina.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's my era.
Yeah, the ones
Hey,
in Houston.
I like the
And
word
those
free.
eyes went
Tejano Roze.
about this big.
I like the word
Yeah.
free.
Yeah, do the cook-offs in Pasadena or like in a different around Fort Bend cook-offs or whatever. It's like $50 for a wristband. The Houston ones are like $100, but you get all the barbecue you want to eat. You get all the beer and liquor you want to drink.
Oh my goodness.
And plus, you get to hear your favorite bands that are performing.
Well, I wanted to be able to drink because I can't do the podcast and I can't DJ and drink
You
at the
can.
same
It's
time.
just not going to be as good.
You'll be hearing the same song. You'll be hearing the same song twice.
In line. But it starts on Thursday. It starts this Thursday. But it depends on what cooking teams are out there. So you really got to pay attention to the cooking teams because they're the ones that are going to be selling you the wristbands, and you're going to be all over Houston. You got to go pick them up at a certain part of Houston, or you got to meet up with them. But I'll tell you one thing: in the end, it's worth it. And that's one thing when I moved to Houston, when I started dating my husband at the time, I learned so much about this different kind of Tejano culture in Houston. It's like, wow, it's different. It's more conjunto here than it is Tejano. I'll be honest with you. And there's a lot of the same bands, but with different singers. I call it. It's all the same bands with singers, and they call each other a different band, but the same musician.
It's playing in Houston, so we're going to be called this.
Yeah, we're Houston. We got to call this, but and then the next show is going to be the different singers, so the band's going to be called this. Guy's a different singer, like shit.
All right.
Pero aquí es un brotherhood. I'll be honest. It's kind of hard for me to perform out here because aquí todos se conocen. It's like the good old boy thing. You know what I mean? Todos se tapan con la misma fresada. Everybody like knows each other. Oh yeah, you can play here. And different clubs, same promoter. The promoter always has his favorites, so you won't see me perform in Houston very much. Anytime you ever see me perform, either be mostly in San Antonio or in South Texas, maybe sometimes in West Texas, but
So-
Houston is very rare. I used to go sit in with my Monico Cortez is one of my good friends, and that's probably the only band. And Conjunto Foreplay and también Invicto with his son Tejano Conjunto to the Max. That's one boy. That's one. I hope you guys can listen to him. It used to be with Jose Ancira. It used to be with Invicto for a long time here in Houston. They've been together for a long time. Anthony Trevino used to be started off with him, which he is now with the South Texas Homies. But he used to be with Hometown Boys for a long time, the accordion player. But he started off with Invicto back in the early 2000s. So that's how I became friends with him. And now he's got when I met him, he just got married, and then a few years later he got a little boy, and now that little boy is growing up. He's like 12 years old, 11 years old. He's playing accordion now. He's his accordion player.
Oh
He,
wow.
David Lee he's performed with David Lee. He's a little boy. His name is Max Ancira, but his band's name is called Conjunto to the Max. You gotta listen to that kid. He's a good kid. So
Wow.
yeah.
Maybe
So
your
uh,
interview.
yes, and he's actually when he was a little boy. Started my first Christmas party. He came out here and performed in my house. Him and his dad. And his dad plays the bajo sexto, and it was him, the little 8-year-old, 7-year-old boy playing the accordion. Oh my God, he sings too. What Dios se avienta el muchacho, man. I'm real proud of him. So it's great seeing him grow up. It'll, like I said, Gigi and Hen Dog, and of course you. I definitely appreciate you guys inviting me to come out here and do this. I haven't done an interview in a long time, and when you told me about this, I'm like, okay. And then yeah, and I kind of forgot a while ago because I was doing dinner and stuff. And then when you hit me up, I go, oh my God, I gotta do this. I gotta go put on makeup. Shit. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I set it up last week, man, and I
Yeah,
didn't know that, she had a family emergency, torpedo, and I didn't know, and you don't know what people's
yeah.
lives are, right? Unless you're either their girlfriend or married to them. So I hit up Tejano Rose, and I'm like, hey, how can we set up an interview?
And I
And
go,
hey, I'm at a family emergency. I'm like, a la máquina, okay. Well, and I said, just real quick, how about next Tuesday? Does that work for you? And got it set up, and just and then she asked me today. She's like, is this audio? I'm like, well, I've done audio interviews through my board. All I got to do is Bluetooth my phone to the
first
board, and then I could do it that way. And I said, well, my guest and my host, we'll be seeing each other on video, but we'll be hearing you on the audio. And then I was like, well, let me see if I can work with her, getting her on. So I got to call her a little bit after she got off and making dinner, making all her recipes and stuff
Yeah,
like
she was
that.
a busy woman.
I got her situated to get on the show so you could see her face and get to put a name to the face with Tejano Rose. And it's an honor, man, to have such talented musicians on our show every single week. And that's not just only that, man. We have talented people that come on, man. It doesn't matter who it is. You can be an artist, you can be a band member, you can be a podcast owner, you could be a promoter, you could be a DJ, you could be a bar owner, club owner, you could be a stripper. No, just kidding, just kidding.
old days, back in the old days.
we, we,
Those
we
are
gotta,
the private interviews.
Yeah.
hey, we gotta keep it PG-13 because you got a lot of kids tuning in. No, just kidding, man. We do have a few models that I've had on the show. I kind of tell them too. Hey, we got to keep it PG-13 because you already want your fans and stuff like that to not hire you for an event or for a car show or whatever. So keep it PG-13. So we do it all, man. We bring in everybody who wants to come and talk about their business and what they got going on. And somebody wants to come in and do a music video release, or somebody wants to come and talk about the new single that they got going on or an event that they got going on, we're open. Well, we're open 24/7. All you gotta do is reach out to one of our hosts and they'll relay the message to myself because I'm up all the time, managing all that stuff, and we make
One,
the show happen.
one
And
interview, one interview I would love to see is with Agnes Torres because I know she's doing
I,
new music.
I just hit her up.
Okay, good. I want to see that one.
Hey, I want to interview Agnes Torres too. I mean, copiona. But it's okay because I'm only doing it on Sundays at 2 p.m. So
I met
this
her.
guy goes on all week. I can't do that.
She'll send me a text during the show or like during the week or on Sunday after her show. She's like, Hen Dog, I'm tired after I do my show. How do you do 4 nights a week? And like I keep my Fridays and Saturdays open because I do have some hosts that will go do like La Jolla, go out there and go straight up to the event or to their spot and do it that way también too. So I leave my Fridays and Saturdays kind of like for that. But if I,
Right.
but if not, if your single's coming out on Friday or your video's coming out on Saturday, I'll do the single release or the song release on that day. Because they're not a full interview. You know what I mean? They're like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes at the most, and just to talk about the single, talk about the video, and then that's it. It's not a full on interview. But if you want a full on interview, we can reschedule for another time and another date. But Gigi always asks me all the time. She's like, "Hen dog, how are you on 4 nights a week, managing the show, managing the interviews?" I said, "Well, when you're the CEO of the show, you got to make sure everything goes according to schedule." And it's tough, man. It's tough. I need to hire me an assistant that helps me set up interviews. Maybe I can get in the team meeting and see who wants to help, because we got a group chat, and I'll put it in there. I'm like, "Hey, this is our lineup for the week. Who wants to come on?" Even though they have their own schedule that they come on during the week, I put it in the group chat, and I'm like, "This is the interviews for this week. Who would like to join? Who would like to swap, or who would like to come in for that interview?" Give everybody a chance to come on. So, but it's an honor to have you on the show. I mean, 37 years in this music industry, and just learning a lot. From, I mean, here's the thing: if I knew what I knew when I first started my podcast and first started DJing, man, I mean, I would know where I would be at.
Yeah.
Because I never knew I was going to be a DJ. Never knew I was going to be a podcaster. Never knew I was going to be a promoter and manager and all that sort. And I mean, if I knew that going out of the gate, I mean, because I graduated in 2013, so I'm like, okay, well, what if I started back
13,
in
man. I put
2013?
underwear older than that.
How old are you, kid?
I'm about to be 30 in May.
Oh my God. Such up.
I'm I'm not a pup. I'm a dog. I'm a hen dog.
Good one.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just like your name. My brother-in-law gave me the name. And it's stuck ever since. You've been calling me hen dog since the knee high to a grasshopper, since probably I was even could even talk and listen and hear. I was like, wow. And I was like, well, what am I going to be called? I said, well, let's make it interesting. Since he knows me as hen dog, we're going to keep it that way. Now everybody knows me as hen dog. So
Like that. Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
they're
Oh,
they're like, can we hire Henry Candelaria for DJ service? I'm like, who's that?
I know,
Who's
right?
that guy?
I get it. I definitely get it. So I know exactly what you're talking about, and a lot of times it's good that you have nicknames because a lot of people they'll know you as that because, like I said, there's a lot of people don't know me. Even two of my band members didn't know my real name, and they were my band
Wow.
members for years. I go, they thought Rose. I go, my name's not. My husband's like, yeah, go get Mary stuff. Goes, who's Mary? I go, oh, what? Your singer? Or, that's her name? I thought it was Rose. I go, oh my God, just T Rose is okay. Just yeah, Rose. Don't go ahead and call me that. It's
Well,
fine.
it's like everybody knows Gigi as Gigi La Chicana. So if
Yeah,
anybody would say, "Hey, can you call her real name?" I'm like, who's that?
she your name.
Griselda.
Oh
Griselda.
yeah, it is Griselda. I forgot about that. It is, but I kind of like Griselda. It sounds
A
like
lot of people have been telling me that they like Griselda. Pues I love Griselda. My dad named me that. Pero pues really it's my initials, GG, Griselda Guerrero, GG. They're my initials, and Papi, named me Gigi this when I was born. So that stuck.
well, I'll tell you one. Your dad,
Fuck.
it had a lot to do with my upbringing. It had a lot to do with my music, a lot to do with my inspiration, and that's why I like to stick and be like you just heard my song. It's more the old school style, and that's a style I like because that's what I grew up with. And
Right.
like it's just Chicanos was a big part of me growing up as a child. I listened to him as a child, 8, 9 years old. Listened to that because of my sister. My sister was a big Chicano fan. Chicanos, uh, big time. And she had her, like I said, back in the day in the 70s. She graduated in 76. She had these pants made and they had embroidered on one leg the Chicano power. That's back in the
Oh,
Wow.
Chicano power. For that,
yeah. My dad had a lot of hardcore fans. Hardcore fans, yeah.
yeah. And
And the pelo rojo, I totally forgot. I'm gonna put that one out because oh my
there
gosh, it reminded me of that one.
ojo que me tiene look. See, how would I know that?
I know exactly. Number así como el emoji blew my mind.
And you know, I'm a real Chicanos fan.
Yes.
I'm not just saying that because I know you're not. I'm a real fan. I grew up on that.
Yeah. So am I.
Well, you would have to be Gigi. That's your dad, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have to be, but definitely, yeah.
So, but I really appreciate you guys inviting me on there. I mean, this is an honor to be on. This is the first podcast I ever do. I've done, like I said, I've done interviews, but it's mostly just on the phone.
Right.
But this is the first time I actually do a podcast, and it's an honor for me. I mean, enough for me to put a little bit of makeup on. I had hair
Well,
that-
get ready for more because there's gonna be more with that single
Yeah.
out. Yeah, get ready for more. This is this was your inauguration into podcasts.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Your inauguration a la máquina.
But I like to connect with the fans, you know, with the people out there and everybody listening, and just to know I am a KC fan, of course, Kansas City Chiefs. And
Ah,
I don't care.
So was
I don't
my
care.
sister. So was my sister. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a KC fan, pero and that's
I'm a fan of my numbers, whatever they are. That's what.
I know, right? No, but the deal is, you know, I like to connect with the fans out there, especially now with my new music coming out, Con Más Ganas. I've had a lot of the old fans come in and people who follow me for a while, and of course the new ones. And I definitely appreciate you guys. I like that they get to know who I am. I like that they get to see what I look like. So you know, what you see is what you get. I don't have no filters on any of my stuff on my Facebook. I have no filters. I don't believe in that because you know, I'm 56 years old, 57 years old. Hasta eso ni conozco. Años que
How
vivo.
old am I?
How old am I? But yeah, me. This is who I am, and I appreciate everybody coming on, listening to this podcast. I mean, because number one, you got a really good show, and I can see now. Look what you got going on. It is awesome, and I have a lot of fun. You know, with talking to you guys. Normally, my when I do an interview, it goes 30 minutes and that's it, and I would hang up the phone or whatever. And look how long we've been going. I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
And
well,
interacting
that's
with
what it's all about. Tejano Roze is, we want to make everybody feel special and happy on the show, and and that's why every show is different, and I always like to ask before the show, hey, what can we ask you, what can we not? And because a lot of people don't want to expose a lot of past, or they don't want to bash anybody and then mess up the repetition, and and then we're professionals, so we don't step on that. I know some of the artists have some bad stuff to say about people, and we
yeah,
kind of like I got to kind of be the bad guy, and get in there and step in and like switch up to the next subject, because I don't want the talk show to look bad. I mean, but the most important thing is just making sure the artists and the guests are excited and happy, and make them feel welcome, because I used to have a list of like questionnaires. I used to have the bio sitting in front of me. There's sometimes I do need the bio, sometimes I need questions, because I'm like, what am I going to ask next, what am I going to do next? And but but
yeah.
this is like, if you're talking to each other in person, you're carrying a conversation. So why can't you do that on a live video camera?
And
Um,
each other. You know what I mean? It's like talking to a person. It's like if, because I can't really see. I'm not bien ciego ahorita because I'm on my phone, so I can't really see a lot of the things that are being asked. But if there's any fans that are asking any questions, anybody listeners asking any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. If you can read them for me. I don't know if anybody's asking anything, pero a todos modos, I like I said, I've been doing music for almost 40 years. I've been performing since I was a kid, and it's been a big change, especially being I'm a Gen X, so being a latchkey kid is brought a lot of changes because nowadays everything is different, especially with the Gen Alpha and the Gen Z. And even even millennials, millennials a little bit, they can understand us a little bit more better than the Gen X and the Gen Z and the Gen Alphas. So a lot of times you have to watch what you say. You don't want to do set off any triggers, like they call them. Uh, and I ain't gonna say nothing else.
I was gonna say then they shouldn't. They should.
Gentle parenting does not work. Hey, getting a trophy just for participating is not true. I had to bust my butt to get my second place or my first place, ribbon. Not to, you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
for
No, but
participating.
you've been there and you've done it,
Yeah,
and you got a lot of experience. You got a lot of advice behind your belt, and that's what it takes, to be in this business, and you learn everything every day. You learn something new every day. Um,
but
and
the only
I was seeing before the show you had a lot of trophies.
yeah, I showed you my trophy that I won. But the only thing I'm asking all artists, especially female artists, especially the newbies, the newcomers that are coming in, what I'm asking for them to do is don't lose yourself into this, okay? Because at the end of the day, you have yourself and you have your family, and you have your spouse or your boyfriend,
Right?
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Pero no te pierdes, okay? Because limelights come and go, and yeah, I used to get lost. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is something probably the most honesty I'm gonna have is that I lost a lot of time watching my girls grow up, my daughters. I have two daughters. I have one that's 30, and I have one that's 26, going to be 27. And so they grew up without me. My parents, my parents raised them because I was always on the road. I was always performing. So they pretty much don't like the house music because they think they lost their mother to it. But now that they're older, yeah, now we talk and get along. I mean, I'm still their mother, regardless. But my advice to a lot of these people, especially the dads or musicians, but mostly the women, don't lose yourself. Don't lose yourself into this. Yeah, it's a good hype and everything else. Do what you got to do, but don't lose who you are to this because music is what you want, what you have in your heart, um, and it's who you are, of course. But don't lose yourself into something that is going to go away later on in life. What you keep what's important to you, especially your family, your kids. That's what's most important because I didn't raise my kids. My parents raised my kids because I was always on the road. And so this is one thing. If anything else, if anybody else can get something out of this whole thing is don't lose yourself who you are. Be yourself. Um, do still live your life. Still have your fun. Yeah, it's great being on stage and stuff like that. But a lot with the stage comes a lot of stress and a lot of money problems and a lot of drug problems. I mean, luckily for me, I didn't go through that. But a lot of people do go through that. So, but what I'm saying is that nunca te pierdes. Always have your faith in your God or whatever faith you believe in, and just and you still have your family, and just don't lose yourself. Still be yourself. Come back to yourself. Come back to earth. Once you're off the stage and you get on, get back in your car. Live your life, do your job, everything else. When the time comes, have another show, another gig, está bien, pero no te pierdes. Always be yourself. Don't ever try to be bigger than who you are, where you're gonna start making people not like you because oh, I do this, I do that. Don't go too crazy. Just be humble. You know what I mean? Like I said, don't lose yourself. Just be humble, and trust me, you're gonna be rewarded in so many ways when you do that. Especially if you keep your faith.
Very,
And,
very,
and that's
very good
very good
advice.
advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Very
was
great
gonna ask
advice.
you if any of your children decided to get into music, but you
No,
answered that.
no, no. They don't even listen to house music anymore. My youngest does, but a little bit. But a lot of them they're listening to country music and everything. But she grew up. My youngest daughter, because she's from West Texas, so she grew up in a lot of the chunta music. The all the like la maquinaria and stuff like that.
There you go.
Pero
Yep.
yeah, and my oldest, she grew up on J Perez and all that stuff. Pero they uh they just like they'll go to dances. They know how to dance and everything, but they listen to different genres of music, and they're like, and it's sad because they are the millennials and the Gen Z, and I'm like, you grew up listening to it, and like my daughter says, uh, yeah, mom, I listen to all this other stuff. My oldest daughter listens to rap and all this stuff, but she says when she hears Tejano music, it feels like home, and that's what we want to give to the
That's
people.
important. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what we promote this music. This is what we are. This is who we are.
Who we are. Yeah.
You can go anywhere in the world. You can go to the army. You can go fight wars. You can go whatever. But you come back and you listen to if you whatever you're at. It can be anywhere, any part of the world. And if you listen to a podcast or whatever, you listen to Tejano music, you're back home again. And that's what you are. You know what I mean? You're back home. And even if it's for 5 minutes, you're home. And that's
Exactly.
yeah, it's a good feeling. I like that.
No,
Maybe
we're happy for everything you're doing, Tejano
I'm
Rose.
gonna give you another trophy.
Putting a statement out there for your fans and your family and your children, and and it sucks, to kind of like, come off of that, that, I mean, you didn't raise them, because you're always on the road, and now you get to reflect on that and put advice to these younger talent that's out there, and I mean, it sucks that you had to go through that, and now, now they're older, and you talk, and that's another blessing, but to have that, um for future, for advice and people, and I mean, it's a very big honor, and for all the accolades you're doing, all the accomplishments you've gotten, the awards, I mean, because all that takes time, all that takes dedication, hard work. A lot of these artists want to just, oh, I want to be a musician because I want to get an award. That's not how it works, honey. I mean, I can go to the award store, and I can go get you one, and you can have your award. And you imagine how many haters I got. I would have. If I go give somebody a free trophy. It takes a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. And all these award shows that they got going on. With these all these shows. You want the votes, get your votes. I mean, you don't win, get your votes. I mean, it's not your fault that you got 10,000 votes, and I got only 5,000, and Gigi only got 6,000, and you got 10. It's not my fault. I mean, you got to go get your votes. You got to put it out there.
it is, everything speaks out in your music and how you interact with your fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's that way it is. And but as long as your fans, you also got to be yourself though. I mean, don't, like I said, don't lose yourself, be yourself. Yeah, don't be ugly, and that's, I mean, I'm known to be on occasion.
Outspoken. We're gonna say outspoken.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good word for it. On occasion. But
Okay.
yeah, but the deal is, yo soy humana, soy una persona, así como todos. As the president of the United States is a person. He's human. Everybody's human.
Right.
We're gonna error sometimes.
Well, I don't know about the people in Roswell.
Well, well,
Right?
the whole voting on that too, Tejano Rose, the whole voting on that thing too, with the president and all that stuff, with the whole voting,
We
it's
both,
like, I mean, you go get your votes.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
we had to stand by it. It's just what it is.
it,
I mean,
it,
happy about
I
the last.
mean, he got his vote. I mean, he went out there and busted his tail. I mean, I'm not sticking up for him, but I'm saying he went and got his votes. It's just like all these people that go and go
Well,
getting nominated in all these award shows.
he
Get your
bought
vote.
his. Remember, Elon Musk paid $1 million every day to somebody. $250 million. How much that presidency cost him? So, and it's all over the news. Everybody knows that. But
Exactly,
it's
exactly.
funny how he didn't think this one was rigged, right? He was rigged last year. Oh, in the last 4 years it was rigged, but this was not rigged, right? It is rigged, but he's okay with it. So he's not fighting it because he won, because it was rigged. And that's okay, because ya le cae la boca este pelado. I give him 4 years para que se cae el hocico ya. A los 4 años, vámonos, ya cállate el hocico, ya, abuelita, ya, you can't run no more.
It's just like me. I got an award from Jesse Torres Awards a few years ago, and everybody, I mean, everybody talks, and I'm like, well, get your votes. I mean, bottom line, get your votes. Bottom line. I mean,
That's
like,
crazy about
your awards that you showed me earlier today. I mean, those are hard earned. You got to go cast in the vote. Bottom line, get your votes, and get your friends, get your people, get more people, get people in Mexico, get people everywhere to start voting, man. And I mean, and you'll have all those votes, and then at the end of the day, you make the top five, and then at the end of the show, if you got all the votes, when you make the top five, you get your number one trophy, you get first place. I mean,
Where are we going, Rose? What good kitchen? You gonna make brownies?
no, I came over here because I gotta put my phone on my charger.
Ah,
My phone on my charger. I gotta get
no,
my.
but yeah, that's just where I'm at, man. You got to get your votes, man. It's nothing's going to be handed to you, even in this whole business, man. Everybody wants a Grammy.
Oh,
Well, for one, you got to put your time in, put your work in. That's none of these things are going to be handed, man. If it was that easy, everybody would have a perfect life, perfect job and career. If it was that easy and handed to you, so I mean, I bust my tail every day for this podcast. 4 nights a week, sometimes five, sometimes six, and then now being a promoter, distributor, and manager, and all that stuff for the artists that I have underneath my belt.
Right.
Um, I mean, nobody else is going to do it for me. Myself is, you know. Um, I mean, I can have help, but they're not
Right.
going to be doing it for me. I got to do it for myself. They're going to help me as much as I can, and then I got to do the rest of the work. So just everybody just getting together, man, and just helping each other, man. And that's what I do with this show. Like Gigi has her own show on Sundays, and it's crazy how we connected. Just crazy how people connect, and God puts people in people's paths, and just helping each other out. Like she does her show on Sundays at 2ish. It was noonish, but now it's 2ish, and
Jenny Canales said it was too early. It's too
Mhm.
early.
so then she comes on to watch my show. And I was like, well, let me see how I can get her to be on the talk show. So I had her on like on a Monday and Tuesday. And then I said, you know what? Can you do Tuesday? Can you come on Tuesdays? Can you come on once a week? And here we are, man, coming on once a week. And
When I
I
heard
sure
that you
love.
were going to be the guest, Tejano, I was like, oh, I love Tejano Rose. I was so excited because I haven't talked to you or connected with you
In a while. Yeah.
since my dad passed. See?
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Definitely. And but
So
it's an
it's
honor.
really
It's such a pleasure talking to you guys and talking to having people listening to us. And we've been going on what 2 hours? Yeah.
I know.
Look at my phone.
But me acuerdo cuando we would go visit my tía and the goodbye was about 2 hours, right? Bueno, ya, nos pasábamos en la puerta una hora y luego en el carro otra hora.
I know.
Like that.
But it's good. It's like being with family, and it's good that we can talk like that and everything else. Pero una cosa con la música, eso, como dije yo, eso son culturas y culturas nunca mueren. And so, a lot of people are like, well, you do this music, you do this. Yeah. A lot of people like to recycle music. I call it recycling. Pero sabes qué? Esa música es que te dio, that gives you a lot of happiness in your heart. It doesn't matter what
Exactly.
rendition you hear it, but the deal is it's something familiar. And even though you do your own rendition, you pretty much like you it's futurized. Is that what you want to say it? Doing it, making it your own, but it's still the same song, the same songwriter. Pero it's just like it's what make people happy. You know what I mean? And so you do an old song. What can't you write your own music? I do write my own music. Because I'm doing this song doesn't mean I don't write my own music because I do. And that's
Exactly.
going to be working on también one of my originals because I'm actually going to record with Shelly, me and her
Oh,
collaborating.
cool.
So then I'm hoping it's gonna be a country. I want a country song, but a ver qué pasa. But
No,
we'll
but I'm proud of what you're doing, Donna Rose, and I'm proud of being underneath Shell Shock Records because, I mean, 40 years in the business, too. She put her retirement out there, and she's doing a phenomenal job being a record label and doing all that stuff for all the artists that she has. And she's not just doing Tejano, man. She's doing country. She's doing
oh
she's
yeah,
doing it all, man.
rock.
And I told my mom the other night, I was like, man, this girl's gonna rock it, man. And she's only been doing it, a few months, man. And a few year, a couple years, 1 year, something like that. And but I mean, it takes a while, man, to get known. And look what she's doing, within just that little time span, man. And I'm proud of what my good friend Shelly Lottis is doing. I've had
Well,
her
what
on the show.
artist is going up was up for a Grammy? What's his name? El Gallo Des.
Right?
He was,
Yeah,
yeah, he was up for a Grammy. So she's doing pretty good with Shell Shock because I mean she was doing a lot of collabs, a lot of collaborations with other artists. But now she started taking when she got her studio. Now she
exactly.
stuff, yeah, and
And,
now she
and then she works at the San Antonio College, man. How cool is that, man? Being able to teach and
yeah.
big shout out, man.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm really proud of her and I love working with her. She's such a pleasure to work with.
Great mentor, great mentor.
She's a very great mentor. And the deal is, I was one of her number one fans, listening to her. And I would see her back in the 90s and I would just to listen to her, I was always so starstruck. And she
Right.
has always been the most down to earth artist. Not that I want to talk about any other female artists that I've known that's way up there. Que they see you, oh, what was your name again? Yeah, whatever, lady. You know who I am. Hey, pero that crap. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. So Shelly never forgets, and that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? That's what I love about her because she's very humble. Es bien humilde.
And very straightforward as well, you know.
Oh yeah, and her wife
Outspoken.
loves it because every time I go there, I bring her. I'm always making her cookies and cakes, and her wife is like, "Oh my
No, I love everything y'all guys are doing out there, man, at Shell Shock Records, man. And yeah, she just won over
¿Qué
this
estás
past weekend
tomando?
at the Tejano Mundial Awards too, man.
¿Qué estás tomando?
ya acabé."
¿Qué se acabas? ¿Qué
The,
era? Brandy, pisto.
a little bit of bourbon. I drink my John Party bourbon. I love John Party.
Oh,
Ah, la máquina.
it's just to relax.
Hey, no sharing, Tejano Rose, no sharing. How did you not know I didn't like that?
Acabé. It took like 2 hours, but I did it. I don't know. I drink a beer, and I love beer. But
Ah, la máquina.
like right now, I'm really relaxed, and I can drink my bourbon.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love whiskey. That's it.
Hey,
I don't
man.
like whiskey or beer. Pero
No, we do want to say thank you to no, not just only yourself, but everybody on your team and that follows you, supports you, your husband, and everybody on the Tejano Rose side, and everybody that follows you and all that stuff for letting you come on and chit chat with us for Al Hamakina
I
2 hours.
I hear it. I
Ya se te
appreciate.
acabó el teléfono.
I I appreciate my husband going to sleep. So, but those moles guys, I'm gonna have to let you go pretty soon because I had to charge my phone. It's still dying. Like, oh no.
But anyway, yeah, I just want to say
Well,
thank
thank
you,
you. I
Tejano
want to
Rose.
say
God
thank you,
bless.
guys. We'll see you, and I'll text you about when you can get on my show también. It
You have
was, I
my
love seeing you. I love you, and you are so in my heart from this momento. You're in my heart. You're there. There's no other way to say it because how can anybody not appreciate when somebody shows love to a family member like that, like you did? You're
anytime.
you're
Thank you so much.
amazing.
That means a lot to me, Gigi. It really coming from you means a lot. And I was a big fan. I love your dad a lot, and Ginger and everybody else. Y muchísimas gracias por todo el apoyo que ustedes me han dado también. And of course to you, Henda, gracias, and everybody else. La Jolla Records, La Jolla Productions. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for everything. Um, the support means a lot, and I appreciate you reaching out to me for this. And I hope this is not the first, this is not the last time we speak. And with the new music, and what I'm going to do, Henda, is I'm going to send you some more that I have that I don't think you have. I want to go ahead and email it to you. Um, I don't know if I have your email, but just send me a
I'll send
link.
it over to you here,
Your
as
email.
soon as you're done, and then
I,
whenever you get time,
I,
you can
yeah, I got
you
like
can send it over, and then I'll start playing it on the show, and then I'll add it to my Roku channel as well because I got a
I
Roku channel.
sick.
And then hopefully we can bring you back on in the next two months or so when you come out with
Yeah,
a new single, and we
what
can
comes out?
release it right here on the show.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Definitely. But again, thanks to all the listeners out there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to me talk a lot. Pero todos, if I say offend anybody, I'm so sorry. But funny. And if I offend you, I find it more funny.
It was not me, it was the drink.
Yeah, it was drink.
Well, once again, Tejano Rose, God bless you. You guys have a wonderful night, and good luck to you this week at the cook-off. And hopefully we're able to see you soon. And God bless you and your family.
Love you guys. I'll see y'all later.
Hey,
Gracias.
Tejano Rose, God bless you. Wow, 2 hour show with Tejano Rose, man. Been about 37 years, something like that, in the music industry, and still continuing her
Yeah.
legacy and statement for not just only herself, but her family, her friends, and way better yet, to connect with your daughters, man. I mean, yeah, and it sucks, to kind of grow through, and I think a lot of musicians go through that, with their kids, their wife, their girlfriend, their boyfriend, whatever you are,
It's
whatever.
not an easy life.
It's not an easy life, man. And but for them to reconnect, and still talk, man, is phenomenal, man. And 37 years in the
So
business.
awesome, she's so down to earth. And
Exactly, man.
like
She's
she
got a lot of
mentioned, everything that she does, she's like a superwoman. She does it all. She does it all. And she's really amazing. for everything that she does, and she does so well. Everything she does very well. I mean, and let me just mention one more time the brownies she made. No, hombre, cállate. Never. I have yet to taste brownies like that, and she's amazing. So I can only imagine the rest of the stuff. So I thank you, Hen Dog, for inviting me again on Tuesdays to hang out with you and hang out with the guests that you have. And I love it every time. I always learn something new. Even if I already know the artist, there's always something new that I didn't hear about or know about antes. And
Exactly.
then I also get to steal them from my show. So thank you.
Hey, that's what it's. Well, she had that bourbon whiskey, man. And, sharing is caring, man. So, I'm like one of those guys sharing is caring. So, get in contact with her and you can have her on her show, man. Any artist, man. Go check out Gigi on her show, man. On the Hirias y Desveladas show, man. I got to get that correct. I got to really hard, man.
Keep saying hideous, hideous y desveladas. Hiras, hiras,
Hirias y
hiras.
Desveladas, man. I gotta go to Spanish course, man. Anybody teach you Spanish out there? No.
Just,
Um,
just watch the novelas in Spanish. You'll learn Spanish real quick.
wh- you tell me when do I got time for novelas when I'm always on the show.
Ah, that's true.
But don't forget, man. Don't forget to tune in. Don't forget to tune
Tomorrow, who's your
in.
guest for tomorrow, Hendo?
What's that?
Your guest for tomorrow.
It's going to be Papushi.
Ooh, Papuchi. I might have to sneak in.
All right, I'll send you the link.
I love Papuchi.
I got him on the show mañana. I'm waiting on the pictures so I can make the flyer. Normally, I make them on Sunday. That's my downtime, guys. Sunday's my downtime. But don't forget to tune in on the 4th of March, man, which is, I believe, next week, if I'm not mistaken. What is next week? I'm looking at the calendar right here.
I don't know.
We got a lot of interviews. Yeah, it is next week. We have, I'm going to tell you right now, we got Johnny, Los Texas Plowboys, man. We got them coming in on the 4th of March, man. And then giving you guys an update of the calendar, man. We got Daniel Ortiz on the 5th of March. And then we got Los Hermanos Peña, not Los Arcos, but Los Hermanos Peña coming in on the 6th, man, which is on a Thursday. And I do got some shows on a Monday. I'm working on one for this coming Monday, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just waiting on a confirmation date, but that's next week's schedule. And then we're supposed to have Ramon Lucio next week. So I got to reschedule him. Well, yeah, we got a lot of interviews coming up. And then I think I'm working on getting on Jesse Torres and Vivian La Doña Chingona on the show. I think I told you on the
Ooh, is
7th
it? Please
of,
put it on a Tuesday. Please put it
I
on a
think it's on
Tuesday.
I think it's on Tuesday. I gotta confirm, but
Ah,
then see if it's available for them, and then we're gonna take the week off of that. Probably do something on Tuesday, and then on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. I'll probably do something on Friday with one of the artists that I promote. I believe she's got a new single coming out on that Friday on the 14th. But the rest of the gang, rest of the crew will have a whole week off because I know some of those people from the New Mexico Radio Talk Show are going to fanfares. So um, I do want to say thank y'all to tuning in to the Tejano Roze interview. All our TikTok followers, all our Facebook followers, all our YouTube followers. Continue to show us support every week, man, and be sure to go check out Gigi's show on Sundays, man. She has great guests as well. There's some guests
yeah,
I'm gonna
they were already on Hendon's show.
and she had Chupacabra Broadcasting on her show last week, as a host.
Yes, he was co-hosting. So awesome, Michael.
It's always good, man, to network with different people because the thing is, you get their following and they get your following, and it's just sharing the love, man. And it's not that being in media or hating on each other. It's just helping each other and working together, and that's what it's all
Sharing,
about, right, Gigi?
sharing, like you say.
And just thank you, Gigi, for coming on. And I know just everything timed out just perfectly fine. And is there any last words you'd like to say to the fans out there before we sign off?
Just keep on supporting New Mexico Radio, Giras y Desveladas, La Jolla Promotions, and keep on, listening to Tejana music. It's like Tejano Rose said, it's not just music, it's our culture. It's our culture. It's part of our culture. So keep on doing what you're doing. Again, thank you, Hen Dog, and everybody that came in today. Thank you. And if they missed it live, where can they watch it?
Well, if you miss it live, I mean, I just got an update message on Facebook today. It said after June something, it is going to delete any old videos past 30 days.
No.
So what I've been doing since that happened, I saw that this morning. So I've been downloading all the videos from my podcast.
Ooh, I
I've
need to
been
do that too.
I've been uploading them all up on my Roku TV channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you got a Roku TV, and look, I got me a Roku TV. Here's a remote. It's actual built into the TV. Um, you can get them at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. Roku TV built into the TV. You just download the app Roku or update it from your account. And then you can add the New Mexico Radio Talk Show to it, and you can watch us on Roku TV. This show will be on Roku TV, ladies and gentlemen. We got so many artists on there already, ladies and gentlemen. So I just want to say thank y'all so much. And once again, good night. And thank you to our proud sponsors in the house, everybody checking in with us. God bless you guys. Good night. And hasta la vista. God bless. We'll see you guys mañana con Papushi.
Son tus cartas mi esperanza, mis temores mi alegría, y aunque hacían tonterías, escríbeme, escríbeme. Tu silencio me acongoja, me preocupa y predispone, y aunque hacían con borrones, escríbeme, escríbeme. Me hacen más falta tus cartas que la misma vida mía. Lo mejor por sería si algún día me olvidaras. Cuando llegan a mis manos, su lectura me conmueve, y aunque hacían malas nuevas, escríbeme, escríbeme. Me hacen más falta tus cartas que la misma vida mía. Lo mejor morir sería